Go ahead whenever you're ready.
Okay. Well, hello everyone. Here we are. The semester and the entire school year have now come to a close. So first of all, congratulations to all of you for making it through such an odd and difficult year. Um, but at least it's over now. So you know what that means? Summertime, yay! Right? I mean, at least it first seems exciting. Warm weather, less responsibilities, and more time to spend on personal goals or desires. But with all of that comes the daunting question: what will happen to my faith? Without the support of a Catholic circle on campus, it becomes a lot more difficult to maintain, or at least stay motivated to maintain, one's faith on a regular basis. It kind of ties back to my faith sharing from earlier this year. For those that don't know what I'm talking about, I made the analogy of our faith being like some of the four elements, namely fire, where we're full of passion for our faith and absolutely loving the Lord, or earth, where we may be going through some trial, but our dedication to our faith in the Lord remains steadfast and strong regardless. So I would say that this is one of the times that we will have back on our individual earth. Um, because while the temperatures might be rising outside, the flame on the inside is likely to dwindle since we don't have, or we won't have as many people to constantly enkindle us in our pursuit for holiness and a relationship with God. So what are we supposed to do? Just hold out or take a pause on our faith until school starts back up again? Definitely not. I truly believe that challenges, if we view them in a positive light, can be some of the best growing points. Um, a person's faith life in the summer is no different. If you can embrace the hard times or spiritual dryness in this case and learn to make the most out of it, I can almost you will see your faith improve in a meaningful way. So I've compiled a few helpful tips and strategies on how to best navigate your spiritual life over the next few months without losing your grip on it, and maybe even making it better than it was before. So a small disclaimer though, everybody and their situations are different. So this isn't going to be like a specific list of exact things to do. Rather, these are more recommendations of a general nature so that they can apply to a wide range of people and circumstances, as well as allowing for individual effort and potential creativity to flourish. So my first tip is to set goals for yourself. I think summer is one of the best times to truly make your faith your own. And what better way to do that than to create personal spiritual objectives? Any failures or setbacks in your faith life that because of being busy during the school year can be made up for in the summer now that you have more time in your hands. Not only that, but since you'll likely feel more alone in your faith, this is the perfect time to optimize that reality and find ways to focus on your faith life and your relationship with God independent of others. While doing this, I want to warn you to keep your goals balanced and balance between specifically being ambitious and being reasonable. Um, so your goals should be ambitious because shooting for the stars is definitely preferable compared to staying complacent or doing nothing. Um, but in your efforts to go big, however, you should be careful to keep them attainable and realistic. And that's what I mean by reasonable. So, for example, say you want to pray more, a very honorable goal. Let's say you're also currently praying 15 minutes a day, and you set a goal for yourself to increase that fourfold to an hour a day. That's definitely ambitious, but not exactly reasonable. Knowing the human drive, you are very likely to find such an increase to be too much work, and you're even more likely to discard the goal entirely once you become exhausted from it. Now, let's say you decide to increase it by 5 minutes to 20 minutes a day. Well, that is quite reasonable and easy to achieve. It's not going to be ambitious enough to the point of actual substantial progress. So an effective way to balance this scenario is to do it gradually over time with a 5 minute increase every week. That way, the reasonable aspect is still present while you can also be as ambitious as you want with it. Um, in this particular scenario, if you started with a 5 minute increase next week and continued with a subsequent 5 minute increase per week, you would reach that hour a day goal by early July. Pretty amazing, right? The good part is that this law or principle of graduality, as we could call it, doesn't just apply to this example. It applies to any spiritual advancements that you may desire for yourself. So the focus is to make sure that you are doing something over time, so that it stays gradual, stays steady, so that you don't shoot too high and then miss. Um, and then my second tip is to get involved with your local Catholic parish community. If you're not the type of person who likes doing things alone, or you really enjoy having a group atmosphere to share common activities or beliefs with, this will be especially beneficial for you. When going home for the summer, we mourn having to leave the St. Thomas More community, as we should, but often we forget that we have a church community back at home as well. Um, and if you weren't already well involved in your local parish community, great, you can pick up where you left off. If not, this is your chance to start having a positive impact now. Um, you could do something as simple as going to daily mass more often, going to confession more, get to know your local parishioners that you never really met or talked to. You could get involved with youth groups, Bible studies, Catholic student organizations, and the like. Uh, or you could just ask what could be done around the parish in terms of service for the staff itself or the service for the needy. Um, I know that all this is made complicated with the ongoing pandemic, but whatever you did at St. Tom's during COVID times, you could also do at your local parish now. In that sense, you would also be able to recreate what you are missing or what you would be getting at St. Tom's. You could recreate that at home. Um, my third tip is to include your family in some faith-related activities. Your family is probably the group of people you will be spending the most time with during the summer, so why not make the most of it? This tip is another one that works well for those that are less prone to wanting to take on their faith life by themselves. I do not know every one of your family dynamics, nor will I act like I do. What I do know, though, is that if you are already pretty close with your family, this is an excellent way to enhance those relationships while improving your faith as well as that of your whole family. Um, I also know that if you are not as close with your family as you would like to be, this is an opportunity to spend time with your parents and or siblings and restore the familial bonds that were once there or maybe never were. It doesn't have to be anything extravagant either. Could be as simple as saying a morning prayer together, reading scripture, or offering up prayer intentions. My fourth and final tip is to form an accountability partner or group. If you're really, really missing the student community and can't find any other ways to get your mind off of it, or you want to perpetuate the friendships that were formed over the academic year, this one is for you. The truth is, we can still help each other out in our faith journeys, even when far away physically. A lot of the times, this aiding won't be as direct as it would be in person. Instead, it's more of a checkup system in asking one another how their faith lives are going, asking for offering up prayer requests, or having someone to talk to about spiritual struggles with. With an accountability partner, a person is much less likely to fall behind in their mission because we are aware that someone else is keeping track of our progress. In this way, the burden of self-discipline is lifted from us quite a bit. And then having someone to relate to and empathize with is certainly a nice bonus because I believe that as students, we know each other's situations best and will be able to relate in that way. And so we will find the most solace and comfort in that mutual understanding. So if that was too much for you, here's just a quick summary to go back over. First goal or first tip, set your own goals. Second, get involved with your local Catholic community. Third, include your family. And fourth and final one, form an accountability partner or group. That's all I have. I hope you all have an amazing summer. And I also really hope that some of these tips will really help or guide you in your goal to maintain your faith over the summer. Thank you for your time and energy.